Hey guys, how's it going? So you may have seen my last video in which I did about 4 pulls off the debut deal banner. I've since done about 4 more, which I've got screenshots of here. I just did them off camera because I wanted to try and get a Vanitas and do a setup for this high score challenge. So I did that pull, and I had I think 2 dots, 3 dots, and I finally got a Vanitas on the 4th pull with 1 dot. So I was going to leave it there in terms of my pulls and try and build a Keyblade setup to utilize that. Now, I honestly really just wanted Vanitas, and I really wanted to try and guilt him. I am only 2 dots away from guilting him now, though. So I was thinking, all right, how do I maximize the utility of that Vanitas? I believe that copying a really high powerful one-hit metal will probably do more for my score than even filling the Keyblade up with 14% metals. I have filled it up with 14% metals and then borrowed a friend metal. And to be perfectly honest, like, my score crosses over 30 million, but I believe it can go a lot higher. I'm currently sitting in top 5,000, and for all the jewels I've spent on this banner, I'd really like to get top 1,000 to kind of make it super worthwhile. So without further ado, let's go ahead and build up Diamond Dust from level 1, and let's see if we stop. We might stop at 20, we might stop at 25, we'll see. But let's go. So there's going to be a lot of things in one video. This is going to be the pulls that I've done, and also showing off Diamond Dust as it gets upgraded. And because it is a reverse Proud Mode Keyblade, it tends to have really crazy multipliers. So already we're at level 3 and we've got a 2.2 multiplier. And from what I understand about this Keyblade, it's going to be going up pretty quickly. I think by level 11, well you'll see. You will see. So, like I said, I really want to use that slot 5 there, and have Vanitas copying the metal in my pet slot. The reason I want to do that is because I think I am going to end up using Kyrie EX. I think it's just the smartest strategy for me to boost my score. So again, it's not super applicable to everyone watching, unfortunately. But I suppose anyone with Kyrie EX can feel free to replicate this strategy, or any strategy really where you use slot 5 to copy a really high power, copy one of your high powered slots with, like, let's say a Shion HD, or any copycat metal really. Put a nice attack, but Jesus Christ, 2.8 and we're only at level 9. 2.9 and we're only at level 10, and I believe it's at level 11, bloody hell, 3.0 and we're only at level 11. So I was considering stopping here, and I think I might actually stop here for the meantime, because the rest of the slots here, right, if I was to use a Zexion HD in the rest of these slots, every single time I power up the Keyblade from now, it does power him up. Like, let's say I upgrade this, right, if I upgrade this slot now, this one becomes a 1.4 slot. It's not a huge buff, but if I keep it as it is right now, I can use Zexion in this slot here and in this slot here, and it will do the weakest possible damage. And then it really doesn't matter what I put here, because there are no more reverse magic Keyblade metals that award a bonus right now, except for Vanitas, which I'm going to be using as my MVP damage dealer. So I'm thinking of leaving it here for now. The flip side of that is, the more powerful this Keyblade gets, the higher the multiplier on the friend metal slot gets. The spirit always stays consistent, as long, don't know why that's there. The spirit always stays consistent with the level of the pet, but the friend metal will get more powerful the more I upgrade the Diamond Dust. So I'm going to do one run right now, where I try and see, at level 11, how many points I can get. If I start to rely on my friend metal, like for some of the really high level enemies, it might be worth upgrading it further, but we'll get there when we get there. So let's take a pause for now and guilt our Vanitas. Okay, so here is my Vanitas so far. I've not really touched it at all, except I combined the 2.1 into the 1.1 off camera a while ago, and unfortunately rolled Poison Resist, which I was pretty disappointed about, because I've got like negative 60 grounds on my Larkscene, I think, and like 1,000 strength on my Sora, and I was like, cool, I'll do the Vanitas next, and Poison Resist. Oh well, not the end of the world. So I'm going to give it some chips, Dales, and then we're going to Mickey and Brooms it. Okay, so I have, wow, I've got 7 Mickey and Brooms, which I get, I guess, from the bonuses. We got like 3 bonuses in the last month, plus, you know, add on the ones that I've already had for quite a while. Let's just roll Guilt first, and then we'll Mickey and Brooms it. I would never, ever usually guilt a medal like this, not during a guilting campaign. The fact of the matter is, I say that about every single medal that I own, including like tier 2s, so because of that, I have a crap load of medals like lying around. Whoa, 180, that's amazing. That's a really good guilt right off the bat, which means I only need 20 mirrors. And as you'll see, I hoard mirrors like a madman, so I have enough where medals that I really care about, even if, like, thank God it did it, but even if that rolled the absolute minimum it could have possibly rolled, I'd still be in a good position with enough mirrors to fully gilt it out to 200. Because again, this is going to be my absolute crowning MVP of this challenge. So, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I'm very, very glad to have this. So I'm going to probably put either an Attack Boost 4 Max with Lux Plus on it, which means I'll need to buy the Avatar board, or possibly even Attack Boost 5 Max. It's going to be a case of, do I want this thing to raid with? Which the answer is, yeah, I probably really do. Because of just how awesome it is. Like a freaking tier 7 copycat medal is really good. It's going to fit on Fairy Stars, it's going to fit on, well, I think anything with a reverse magic Keyblade slot. But I will squeeze more damage out of the high score challenge if I go ahead and use an Attack Boost 5 Max, which is the conundrum. I think I'm going to have to go with the Attack Boost 5 Max just to push me over the edge, because I'll show you guys now. So this is pretty much what I'm thinking at the moment. So we've got some buffers at the front there. We've got Zexion, and Sora at level 1, I believe, except for this one here, which I put a defense boost skill on forever ago, just for another quest. But they should all be at level 1 except for that first one. And they should be able to give me some buffs, which I'll use against pretty much only the highest level enemies. So I've got about 3 or 4 hours left now to try and grind out the highest possible score. I'm going to be using that Kyra EX, and I'm just going to decide now, do I want to put an Attack Boost 4 or a 5 on this guy, basically. So I'll show you why I'm thinking that. Okay, so I've just done a quick test run without using any skill at all, and I've got 3.2 million. Again, that's with the Vanitas, fully gilted at 200%, fully chipped, fully galed, but really importantly, it doesn't have an Attack Boost 4 or 5 max on it at all. So I'll see if I'm top 1000 now, but I think I'm just outside the range, and if that's the case, I might just put the Attack Boost 4 max plus Lux Plus and be a little bit greedy and keep this thing as a rating medal. Not that I'm really into rating that much, but it's like, if I was ever gonna be, this is gonna be a great medal to do it with. Okay, well, crap, okay, only top 2000, shut up, never mind. I've got a long way to climb still. Okay, so where is the cutoff right now? Okay, so I need to squeeze out just over another 700,000 points, so 33 million just to be safe. This is still 3 hours to go, and let's see what he's using. Okay, so he's got all high percentage medals. I was thinking of doing a run where I bring in a like scene and then copy the like scene, so I might do that as well just to test, but I think just how sheer overwhelmingly broken that bloody Kyrie is, it means that it's going to be doing a lot of damage. But I might as well do a run where I copy a like scene first. If I can avoid using resources, then I will, which again is the whole reason why I have so many mirrors in the first place, because I'm a stinge that holds onto it. Anyway, let's skip ahead. Okay, so I did another run with like scene, and just the fact that it deals 3 hits really, really impacts it, and the fact that the buffs you get aren't nearly as broken and ridiculous as Kyrie's. So I think I am going to go ahead and use Attack Boost 5 Max. I think, even though I'd love to have it as a raid medal, Attack Boost 5 Max will make Vanitas more versatile in like Colosseum, for example. So I'm going to bite the bullet and do it. I don't really care about these hats and crap right here, because I'm, you know, the Grinch, and they also don't really have the best perks. Like the skill perk isn't that great. However, Attack Boost 5 Max and Attack Boost 4 Max and Lux Plus, and Second Chance 2. If that was Second Chance 3, oh, this would be the best board of all time. Second Chance 2 is still very relevant though, but Second Chance 3 with enough skill perk means that it's going to be guaranteed 100% of the time. And then combine that with the fact that the pet gets effectively its own second chance at level 5 is just ridiculous. So let's grab the Attack Boost 5 Max, and I'm just going to pray right now that I've done enough to get me top 1000, or else I'll be very, very sad. Anyway, I'll be right back. Here we go, so we've got our Attack Boost 5 Max. Let's go ahead and drag that on there, and I'm doing it correctly, 100% success rate to fuse it onto my HD Vanitas. I'm not messing up, good, okay. I'm so broke right now, but hopefully it's worth it to get that genie, and I'd really like a boosted genie with 3 traits on it. That'd be the first ever time I've got top 1000 in a high score challenge. Again, counting my chickens way before they hatch, let's go find out. Okay, so this was significantly better score-wise, another 700k, it's going to be 88, almost. That might almost be top 1000, but it's definitely not safe, so I might run this again. I only brought 1 Final Form Sora with me, and in the future I might bring a second one, if I have another one to spare, which I think I do. Okay, lot of Lux, let's just see if we're at top 1000. Lovely rewards. Yeah, I might bring another Sora with me just to get another upright buff and the defense down. The only downside of that is that it's more costly with SP, but I'm copying Kyrie EX, so kind of doesn't really matter that much about the SP drain. I'm going to be absolutely broke for another like 3 months now, but yeah, baby, 809. I might run this again just to be totally safe, but for the first time ever, with a couple hours left to go, I'm top 1,000 for a high score challenge, so I'm feeling pretty happy, because this Valagini is pretty goddamn good metal. Like I said, I might run this one more time, and I'll show you guys my setup. Okay, so this is the setup that I used just then to get the run that I just did, but I think now I'm going to go with this one here, just because if I can potentially use Sora twice in a row, I could maybe one-hit kill the very final, that level 500 Agrabah sword guy. Fingers crossed, because if I do that, I think I'll even get a few more bonus points, but we'll see. Alrighty, so this is what I've finally ended up with at 32.8138 million. So I'm watching the numbers very closely there. There are 2.5 hours left in the high score challenge, and I'm currently at 689th, though I have dropped about 12 or 13 places in the last half hour. I think I'm safe in the top 1,000, and I don't want to invest any more resources in this challenge if I can avoid it. I am thinking though that I could possibly do a little bit better if I use this setup right here. Now the only problem with this setup is this Keyblade only has 9 gauges on it. I was thinking, oh, what if I could use 3 upright buffs on the very final enemy, which is the only single enemy in the entire place that does not die in one hit from HD Vanitas copying Kyrie EX. So I was like, what if I use 3 upright buffs beforehand? The only problem with that is these each cost 4 each, and this only has 9 possible gauges in it. So I was thinking, okay, I could potentially use an attack boost 4 max and like special attack gauge 1. However, if I do that, then every other single enemy is going to be hit harder by one of these 3 guys right here, and they'll probably die, so I might get less points from that. Anyway, I'm going to keep an eye on this very, very closely. If it gets down to the wire and I'm at place like 980 or whatever, I might do another run, but I think in the meantime I'm pretty safe. So I hope this has been helpful for you guys at all to see like my thought process of this high score challenge. Vanitas was really the key to all of this. He's the funniest character we've ever had, and if we can just get him working, sorry. Yeah, Vanitas is definitely the key to this. I was thinking like from the get-go, I really want to get Vanitas guilted, because I think if I copy Kyrie, it's going to get me way more points than any other setup, even involving more medals with more percentage. Like right now I went in with 91%, but before I was going in with 105 and scoring like 3 million less than with this setup right here. So it's not always about percentage. Anyway, sorry to bore you guys, and I'll see you really soon for the Field Cup, and hopefully I'll have a free-to-play guide out for that very, very soon. Also, I'm going to be broke for the next month, so I'm not going to be doing any pulls for quite a while. All the best, guys. Bye.